Is it time to buy or sell the SPDR S&P 500 ETF? In this video, we will explore the SPDR S&P 500 ETF in depth. Our initial report was published on our website on Tuesday, the 15th of July, 2025. And we are here to provide you with an even more comprehensive analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay informed about our latest insights. You won't want to overlook any vital updates that could affect your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool, powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Harness the capability of AI and receive free price predictions and in-depth analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please keep in mind that this video is intended for informational purposes only and should not be interpreted as financial advice. Since the 27th of May 2025, our system has ranked the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a hold accumulate, assigning it a score of -0.3. Now, let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. Throughout this period, the ETF has exceeded our expectations, achieving a gain of 5.24% since we first recommended purchasing the SPDR S&P 500 ETF 34 days ago. This results in an average return of 0.15% per day since it was designated as hold accumulate. The ETF is positioned within a robust upward trend in the short term, indicating that further increases are anticipated. The current 3-month trend suggests a potential change of approximately 16.51% over the next 3 months, with expected returns ranging from 12.53% to 18.68%. In terms of the longer horizon, our 12-month analysis projects a change of 5.72%. According to our calculations, the stock's performance could vary from -14.10% to +6.44% over the coming year. This would place the future price between $534.40 and $662.23. Our latest daily update for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF includes the headline, SPDR S&P 500 ETF downgraded from buy candidate to hold accumulate after Tuesday trading session. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF price decreased by approximately 427,000% on the last trading day, which was Tuesday, the 15th of July, 2025. The price fell from $624.81 to $622.14. During the last trading day, the ETF fluctuated by 920,000%, ranging from a low of $622.11 to a high of $627.86. The price has experienced ups and downs throughout this period, resulting in a gain of 680,000% over the past 2 weeks. The trading volume increased on the last day by 19 million shares, despite falling prices, which may serve as an early warning signal. Consequently, the risk is expected to rise slightly in the coming days. In total, 68 million shares were traded, amounting to around $42.28 billion. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF reached $627.86, while the lowest price was $481.80. Currently, the price stands at 0.91%, or $5.72, below the 52-week high of $627.86, which also marks the all-time high for the ETF. The S&P 500 has recently stumbled after reaching an intraday high, revealing a concerning trend of a narrow rally primarily driven by a select few technology stocks. This highlights potential risks for the overall market, as traditional non-technology and cyclical stocks are lagging behind. Such dynamics can create volatility and may lead to a reevaluation of holdings in broader indexes like SPY. On a positive note, the upcoming addition of Trade Desk to the S&P 500 is notable. This shift is set to take place on the 18th of July, following Ansys's exit due to an acquisition. Trade Desk stock has surged by nearly 12% on the news, suggesting strong investor confidence. However, the narrow market rally means the impact of such individual stock movements may not significantly lift SPY's performance in the short term. especially if other sectors remain weak. Meanwhile, the performance of the California Pension Fund underscores a trend where even substantial returns fail to match the S&P 500's gains, putting additional pressure on fund managers to reassess strategies. In the short term, these developments could lead to increased volatility in SPY as investors weigh the implications of narrow market participation against the backdrop of individual stock successes. Looking ahead, if strategists are correct in their optimistic year-end S&P 500 targets, we may see a potential stabilization or rebound, but this will heavily depend on broader market participation beyond just a few technology giants. The following signals have been identified for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF holds a sell signal from the short-term moving average. However, there is a buy signal from the long-term average. Since the short-term average is above the long-term average, there is a general buy signal in the ETF, indicating a positive forecast. If there are further gains, the ETF will encounter resistance from the short-term moving average at approximately $623.07. Conversely, if it declines, the ETF will find support from the long-term average at approximately $605.56. A breakout above the short-term average will trigger a buy signal, while a breakdown below the long-term average will generate a sell signal. Additionally, there is a buy signal from the 3-month moving average convergence divergence, or MACD. Some negative signals have also emerged, which may influence the near-term development. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Thursday, July 10, 2025, and so far it has dropped by 0.588%. Further declines are anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Volume increased despite falling prices yesterday, which may serve as an early warning, suggesting that the ETF should be monitored more closely. Here are some additional signals you might find intriguing. Moving average convergence divergence indicates a buy signal. Pivots showed a sell signal 4 days ago. Bollinger Bands indicated a buy signal 8 days ago. The short-term moving average provided a sell signal 2 days ago. The long-term moving average signaled a buy opportunity 56 days ago. There was a buy signal regarding the relationship between the short and long moving averages 52 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we observe the short moving average signaled a buy opportunity 57 days ago. The long-term moving average indicated a buy signal 45 days ago. The relationship between the short and long moving averages provided a buy signal 34 days ago. Remember to visit our page at StockInvest.us if you wish to discover more signals. Support, risk, and stop loss for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. The SPDR S&P 500 finds support from accumulated volume at $617.95, which may present a buying opportunity, as an upward reaction is expected when this support level is tested. Generally, this exchange-traded fund exhibits controlled movements, and given its good liquidity, the associated risk is considered very low. Over the past day, the ETF experienced a movement of $5.75 between its high and low, representing a change of 0.92%. For the past week, the ETF has maintained a daily average volatility of 0.652%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. In case of an upward trend, the first resistance level for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF is at $623.62. If you do not own any shares, you may want to wait for this level to be breached before entering a position. For those already holding the ETF, this could be a level to consider for swing trading. On the downside, the SPDR S&P 500 ETF encounters its first support level at $617.95. If this support level holds, it could be a good entry point, anticipating a rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $604.97, representing a decrease of 2.76%. This exchange-traded fund exhibits very low daily fluctuations, which contributes to a minimal risk profile. Additionally, a sell signal has emerged from a pivot top identified 3 days ago. Is SPDR S&P 500 ETF a good buy? SPDR S&P 500 holds several positive signals, but we still do not find these to be sufficient for a buy recommendation. At the current level, it should be viewed as a hold candidate, which means to hold or accumulate in this position while waiting for further developments. Due to some minor weaknesses in the technical picture, we have revised our analysis conclusion for this ETF since the last evaluation from a buy to a hold or accumulate candidate. After analyzing the volatility and movements from the last trading day, our systems indicate that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Wednesday, the 16th of July, we anticipate SPDR S&P 500 ETF to open higher by $1.90 and start trading at $624.04. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and that you should speak with a financial advisor before buying or selling any securities. You should not base your investment decision upon StockInvest.us. By using this information, you agree and accept responsibility for your own investment decisions. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please comment below and share your thoughts. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With warm regards from all of us here at StockInvest.